Hello everyone. In the previous class we have learnt about bubble sort. In this video we will be learning about selection sort. In selection sort, as the name suggests, we are going to select an element and put it in its appropriate position. So this is how we usually sort it manually. Like suppose I give you a list of elements to sort. How are you going to sort it? You will find which is the smallest element in that list, put it in the first position, and in the remaining elements you will see which is the smallest and put it in the second position. So that's how we do sorting, right? Very similar to that, here also selection sort involves the same technique. We search the entire array for the smallest element and we put it in the first position, and wherever is this smallest element, so that position is replaced with the element which was in the first position. We have got the first smallest element in the first position. So this is done in the first pass. As I told you, what is pass? Traversing through the list, that is going through the entire list once, that is called as one pass. So when we are doing sorting, we will have to do this pass multiple times, and in the first pass we are going to get the smallest element in its position. So in the second pass we are going to compare elements from the second position until the last one, because first position already the smallest element is there. So we are going to compare from the second element until the last element, which is the smallest element we will find, and put that in the second position, and whatever is there in the second position is interchanged to the previous one. So basically you are swapping the positions of second element with the second smallest element. Next you are going to swap the position of the third element with the third smallest element. So this is repeated until you reach the end of the array. So this is called as selection sort. There are two versions of it. One is, whenever we find a smaller element, we copy only the position of it, and then once you complete the entire pass, then you are going to interchange the element with the first element. That is one way of doing it. Another way is where you don't copy the position separately, you interchange the elements itself. Both are very similar, both are two variations of selection sort based on what is explained in your college or in your syllabus as from your lecturers. You can use that method. Both versions of the program I'll explain it today. So as per the name suggests, so we have in selection sort we are going to compare the numbers and put them in the first position. So both methods I am going to explain. So let me start with a sample set of elements. So I will take 82, 42, 49. Some sample elements I'll take 8, 25, 52, 36, 93 and 59. So I'm taking this many elements. So there are two ways, as I told you. First one is where I find where is the smallest element or which is the smallest element. I will not do swapping. For this, what I have to do is assume the first element as the smallest element and store its position. Okay, so what is the first method? Or two variations, as I told you. What is the first variation? Finding position of the smallest element. We are not finding the smallest element, we are finding only position of the smallest element. After the loop is entirely executed, we are going to do the swapping. Now first we will assume minimum, as there is one variable we will take called min, and that is equal to 0. This is for assuming first element is smallest. Okay, so we are assuming first element to be the smallest element. So its position we are copying. For first element, position is 0. Okay, so that I am copying in a variable called min. Next I am going to compare a at min with all the elements towards its right. Whenever I find a smaller element, only if I find a smaller element, that position is copied onto min. So I will check if a at minimum position is greater than a at j. Okay, suppose we take j or I, let's see in the program. So a at minimum position, is it greater than a at j? if this is greater or this is smaller, then this is a minimum element, no, compared to a min. In this case I am only copying the position of j in this, and we keep incrementing value of j and we keep comparing. So what happens in the first, so once the first pass is done, then I am going to interchange. Now we swap. So we swap elements, or we will swap whatever is there in ai, that is swapped with a at minimum. Okay, we do this swapping. For this swapping, you know what are the instructions: temp equals to ai equals to a min equals to temp. So these three instructions we will use to swap those two elements. Okay, so this is done every time with I increased, and whatever is there in I, that I am going to store it as the minimum position every time. So this is going to be there outside your first for loop. This is your outer loop, where you will take it as -1 I plus plus, and you're going to take min as I in this case. Then you will have for loop for j equals to I plus 1, and j is less than n. Up to j less than n, we are going to do this comparison. So I'm going to take the first position element at the first position, compare with all the elements towards its right side to find out which is the smallest element. Assuming this as the smallest one, I am comparing. Now I am having the position of the smallest element. Once I come out of the loop, I interchange those two. Next I gets incremented, so I is this. Now I am going to, now here I will be having the smallest element. Then I will take this as the position of the smallest element. With that I will compare all the rest of the elements. So basically I am finding smallest element in the remaining elements. That is nothing but finding second smallest element, and once I find position of the second smallest element, I am going to replace that with my second element. Okay, this is your first variation, wherein we are copying only the position of the smallest element. Okay, so this is position of the smallest element is what we are finding. So the second variation of this is swapping smaller element as and when found. Swapping smaller element as and when found. So here, instead of just copying the position, we are going to do the interchanging here itself. Okay, so basically the same for loop we will write. I equals to 0, I less than n minus 1, I plus plus. We will not have a variable called min here, and here we are going to compare ai with aj, because I is 0, j will start from 1 up to the last element. Next, when I is 1, j will start from 2 to the last element. So every element is compared with all the elements towards its right. And when instead of this min we will write I, this min is not going to be present at all. ai is greater than aj. Here, instead of just copying the position, we are going to write the swap code here itself, and this swap code outside the for loop will not be there. So very simple. In the first method I am copying only the position. In the second method, in the first method I am copying the position, and whenever I find a further smaller element, I will interchange the position. This variable's value I am changing, which is going to have the position of the smallest element. This is the original method. Variation of this is, instead of just copying the position, here itself we will interchange and then we will continue doing the comparisons. These are the two variations of selection sort, and let's do these two. I had told in the previous video to practice the structure of this bubble sort algorithm or bubble sort program, because asking the user for number of values and taking all the inputs and then in the end displaying the sorted list. This overall structure is going to be same for all sorting algorithms. Only change is where you write this loop for sorting. Okay, so the same program we are going to modify. Save as selection sort 1. I will write selection 1.c. This is our first version of the program that I am going to explain. So this is selection sort, and we are going to copy position, finding position of smallest element. Okay, finding position of smallest element. See, whichever you find comfortable, you can follow that method, or whichever is explained in your college, you can follow that method. I'm explaining both versions. Okay, so first we will ask the user to enter number of values, then we will accept that many values and store it in the array. Now we are going to write the loop for sorting. So I equals to, so as per the first method, we need one more variable called min. Here I equals to 0, I less than n minus 1, I will write min equals to I. Okay, next j is equal to I plus 1. J should be less than n minus j less than n, j plus plus, if a min is greater than aj, then we are copying only position. So I don't need these instructions. Min equals to j, that's it. If at j position there is a smaller element, that element I am copying it as min, and then with that element I am comparing all the remaining elements, and if it is if I find anything smaller than that, its position is copied. So at the end of this for loop, at the end of this inner for loop, that is at the first pass, end of the first pass, min variable will have the position of the smallest element. Now we write the code for interchanging. Temp equals to a min equals to ai equals to temp. This is going to this is the loop for selection sort. This is going to sort our list in ascending order. Let us test this program. I am saving it, compile, no errors. Now we are going to execute the program. Enter the value for n. I will write 5 values for sorting. I'll give 82, 42, 49, 8, 25. 5 values are done. Yes. So now the sorted elements are 8, 25, 42, 49 and 82. Hope you have understood it. So we are just copying what is the position of the minimum element in the array. If I find, then I'll continue further. If I find any element that is even smaller, its position will be copied. So let's see for this particular set of values how it is executing. So I had given only the first 5 values, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only this first 5 values I have given. So let's erase all this. Now initially when I is 0, I am taking min is equal to I. Means min 0 is what I am considering. Then j we are starting from 1. So what is the comparison I am doing is a at 0 greater than a at 1. Is a 0 greater than a 1? 2, 3, 4. It is greater, right? So this is the minimum element among these two. So I am going to copy whatever is there in j, that is copied to min. So now A0 is not your minimum element, A1 is a minimum element based on the comparisons done so far. Now next j gets increased, j becomes 2. Now again I am comparing what is here in min, with that I am comparing what is there in aj. So a min is now 1. Is this greater than this one? No. Therefore again nothing, this changing will not happen. J will increase 8. J becomes 3, then a min is 42. Is it greater than 8? Yes. Therefore, I am changing position of min variable, which is j is 3, that is stored in min. Next, I am comparing this position with j equals to 4. It is not greater. That's it. That comes to the end of the loop. Now, what do I have? I have the position of the smallest element of this array. This is replaced with ai. So whatever is there here, that is replaced here. 8 goes here, 82 comes here. Now next I becomes 1. Now I will start by assuming minimum equals to I. So min is 1 and j is going to be I plus 1. So j starts from 2. So 42 is the position I am assuming as the smallest element, and I keep comparing with all the elements towards its right. When j is 2, minimum element is not greater than 49. When j is 3, again 42 is not greater than 82. Then when j is 4, is 42 greater than 25? Yes. So we are changing the position of this element with min. So min is going to have 4. So at the end of second for loop, or at the end of second pass, I have position of the element which is second smallest, and that is changed with element at ai. I is 1, right? So this is changed with this. So 25 comes here and 42 goes here. So in the first pass, I've got this first smallest element. In the second pass, I've got the second smallest element. Here, we are copying only the position. Very similarly, in the second method, we are interchanging the numbers itself. So initially, it was 82 here, 42 here, 49 here, right? And here we had 8. So what we do is we take the first element, compare it with second. If it is greater, we do interchanging. So 42 and 82. Now this 42, again element at first position only, I am comparing with second element. It's not greater. Again I compare with the third element. It is greater. So now I interchange these two. So instead of interchanging instead of copying position, we are interchanging the numbers itself. So at the end of first pass, here we had 25 actually. Then again this first element is compared with the last element. It is not greater. So at the end of first pass, we have the smallest element in its position. Okay, so the first variation we have seen. I'll share both these program versions in the Telegram channel and also in the WhatsApp group. So if you have not yet joined any of these groups, you can join. Links will be mentioned in the description. So if you join Telegram channel, you can access all our previous videos and programs as well. Okay, so here our first version of the program where we copy position is done. In the second version of the program is where we are finding the smallest element itself. Finding the smallest element and swapping it with its position. Okay. Swapping it with the other element. So basically we're not finding position, we're finding the smallest element itself. Here again the loop conditions will not vary. For I equals to 0, I less than n minus 1, j is I plus 1 and j should be less than n. Loop conditions will not vary. Here instead of comparing min, I am comparing is ai greater than aj. That is, element at position number 0 is compared with all the elements from 1 to n. If somewhere I found a smaller element, I am supposed to interchange them. And when we interchange, here it is j and ai temp. Yes, so interchanging is done. That's it. Here we don't have finding minimum position, and in the end in swapping we swap multiple times. So this is save as, I'll give selection 2.c. okay, and now I'll compile it. No errors, and min is not required actually. Now we will execute the program. I'll give 5 values. Again I'll give the same set of values: 82, 42, 49, 8 and 25. Okay, so we have got the sorted list. Both the cases are examples of selection sort only. We select the smallest element, put it in the first position. In the remaining array, we select which is the next smallest element, we put it in the second position. Okay, so this is done until we reach the end of the loop. So to understand these loops better, you have to write like this. So take a sheet, write down for every pass, write it clearly. Pass 1, what is your starting value of I? what happens when you move throughout the loop, like what I did here. We compare a0 with a1, then with a2, like that, and every time this min value changes, keep writing all those things. At the end of first loop, what change happens, write it, then take pass 2. So write it that way, and write down the variables and see how it values of these variables change. So that way you will be able to understand exactly how the programs work. Therefore, any change is required, you will be able to do it easily. So this is two variations of selection sort, and that's it for this particular video. If you are getting benefited from these classes, we would like you to provide a feedback which helps us also grow. You can put a comment, and also you can hit that like button, and try to take few seconds and put a comment, which is going to definitely help us in reaching out more students like you. In the next video, you will be learning about insertion sort. Refer the channels mentioned for the complete program. Okay, see you in the next class. Bye bye.